Hello and welcome to this introduction to tapping video. We are going to chat a little bit about EFT to start, what it is and how it works, and then we're just going to go into a short tapping sequence that you can utilize if you are having a moment of anxiety. So you might already be familiar with tapping, or it might be something that you're hearing about for the first time. So tapping is another name for EFT, or emotional freedom technique. And the reason why we simply call it tapping for short is because a big part of the practice involves tapping on your face and on your body as you are saying out loud particular statements that are relating to an experience that you're going through in the moment. So it can be a situation, like an actual something that happened to you. It can be a belief that you are currently holding. It can be an emotion that you're feeling. So any of those things can be expressed while you are tapping on particular points on the face and body. And so another term used to describe tapping is psychological acupressure. And this is because tapping is a combination of cognitive behavioral therapy and the utilization of the acupressure points that are used in acupuncture. And so all of these acupressure points that we tap on, they are the endpoints of particular meridians that are associated with organs in the body. This is an Eastern, we know that acupuncture comes from the East. It's an Eastern an Eastern modality for healing. And the belief is that every single organ in the body that is associated to these meridians is also related to an emotion. And so when we are tapping on these particular points, and it has to be these points, they were chosen for a reason, and we are saying out loud where we currently are in a particular situation. So we're not trying to jump ahead and focus on the positive. First, we are actually going to state exactly the beliefs that we're holding right now, exactly the emotions that we're experiencing right now. It actually allows us to release the energy associated to those beliefs, to those emotions. It allows us to process whatever it is that our body's holding on to that we were never able to let go in the moment where that particular event happened, or that particular belief was first, cemented into our body, into our consciousness. And as we're tapping, we are allowing our body to process this. Tapping also, studies have shown that it reduces your cortisol levels, and it puts your body in a parasympathetic state. So in a state of rest and digest, versus a state of fight or flight. And we know that when we are in parasympathetic mode and when our cortisol levels are down, that's when our body can start to do any kind of healing, any kind of repair. We're not able to do that when we are in fight or flight, because our body's allocating all of its resources just to fighting or fleeing. Or if we are in a shutdown state, then the body is holding on to its resources. It's not allowing them to be used for anything. So when we're releasing this energy, when we're putting our body in a parasympathetic state, that finally allows our body to do the regeneration, rejuvenation, healing that it needs to do, that it wasn't able to do in the first place. So this is why I love tapping. There's so many beautiful things about it. And I would love to have you do just a short tapping sequence with me today. We are going to focus on the state of anxiety and allow our bodies to move through, the feelings, the physical sensations that are associated with it. And that's the beautiful thing about tapping too, is we really also focus on the physical, the actual body and what the body's experiencing, instead of only focusing on the mind, because a lot of the things that we experience, the memory of the experience gets stored in the body, the stress of it gets stored in the body. So working with the body allows us to begin to release some of that. So I'm going to invite you to follow along with me. Please, as I'm tapping, follow along on the tapping points and tap with me. It's not enough just to say the words. I encourage you, the tapping is a big part of it. So tapping along with me, repeating the words that I'm saying. If there's any part, or if there are any words or statements that I'm saying that don't fully resonate with your experience, please feel free to change them to whatever feels more true for you. Okay? Or you can just stay silent and tap on the points. So we are going to start on the side of the hand. This is known as our karate chop point. So just allowing ourselves to get comfy where we're sitting, allowing ourselves to breathe, letting our shoulders kind of get a little loose and wobbly. So if you're noticing any tension in your shoulders, seeing if we can just release some of that tension. And repeating after me. Even though I'm feeling anxious right now, I choose to be present with myself in this moment and to recognize that I will be okay, even if it doesn't feel like it. Even though I'm feeling anxious in this moment and I can feel it in my body, my shoulders are tightening, I feel a clenching in my gut. I'm choosing to stay present with this current experience and to know that it too will pass. Even though I'm feeling this anxiety right now, maybe my mind is racing. Maybe my body feels wound up and tight. And I don't like the way that I'm feeling. But I'm choosing to stay present with myself in this moment and to trust my body and know that I will be okay. Taking another nice breath in, nice easy breath in. Don't have to make it too deep. Exhaling it out. I'm gonna move to the inside of the eyebrow, and you can either tap on both eyebrows, you can tap on either eyebrow. This is a bilateral point, so that means either or both. Breathing in and repeating after me. I'm feeling anxious right now. Tapping on the outside of the eyebrow, the top here. And I don't like the way this feels. Underneath the eye, I can feel it in my body. Underneath the nose, my back feels really tight. And there's a clenching in my stomach. At the chin, my mind is racing. I'm thinking so many thoughts at the same time. The collarbones. I can't really think clearly. Underneath the arms. And my whole body feels so wound up. It's as if I'm preparing to run. I'm going to just tap on the ribs, right under the chest. But I know that this feeling will pass. And I'm choosing to sit with my body as I experience all these sensations and thoughts. choosing to stay present with myself. Inside the eyebrow, choosing to focus on my breath. Outside the eyebrow, focusing on the inhale. Underneath the eye, focusing on the exhale. Underneath the nose, choosing to be here in my body right now. The chin, even if it feels a little uncomfortable and hard. Underneath the collarbones, choosing to be here with my experience without judging myself. Underneath the arms, reminding myself that this moment will pass, just like every other one before it. At the ribs, choosing to maintain this trust in myself, in my body. The top of the head, choosing to be here now with my experience. Taking a nice solid breath in, putting one hand on the heart, one hand on the upper abdomen, taking a nice releasing breath out. And just staying with yourself for a moment, allowing yourself to feel whatever sensations come up. Perhaps there's some thoughts that have been coming up as you've been tapping. You can take a moment and write it down if that's something that you'd like to do. Taking a moment to pause and reflect after your experience. And thanking yourself for being here with you today. Thanking your body for all that it does for you. Even through the uncomfortable moments, knowing that it is trying to express its discomfort. It's trying to communicate with you as best that it can. And if it's something that we haven't been used to, this communication with our body, then sometimes it takes time to speak the same language. And miscommunication can sometimes feel uncomfortable. So thank you for tapping with me today. And I hope you enjoyed this short tapping session. Thank you.